Hello there. I am not trying to change your opinion of whether Feature Man is a good guy or a bad guy. I'm not trying to change your opinion of me, whether you like me or not. That's your prerogative. I think that's the right word. I've made some mistakes and put them on the internet. If you're here because of the phone call video that I made with Feature Man, I regret making the video in general. I shouldn't have made the video. I shouldn't have said pretty much anything that I said in that video. I was, not thinking straight. A lot of people thinking I was like tweaking on something. I'm prescribed Adderall. I wouldn't say I was tweaking on Adderall, but I definitely was not thinking straight. I should have put this video out instead. The first thing I need to do is correct myself, because in the phone call video, I basically said it's okay to have romantic feelings about a 15-year-old or something like that. It's not okay. Child abuse is not okay. It is not okay to have minors. I can't believe that I need to say that, but unfortunately there is a video on the internet where I said terrible things because of the person that I was on the phone with. The reason I waited so long, mainly because I didn't want anyone to think that I was doing it for views. I've tried to make this video like 3 times. Alright, so things are a little different. There's a different light because it's the next day. I'm wearing a hat because my hair looks so weird. The first time I was setting up my apartment and it didn't look good. I should have been like, why is this 85-year-old man on YouTube? The only way I knew of Feature Man between the ages of whatever 15 and whatever 18, 20, whatever it was just YouTube comments. He was just leaving YouTube comments on my page. Kind of weird for the age. In hindsight, now we know why. The second time, they would rather be talking about Feature Man. Like,
You want to talk about Feature Man?
everyone wants to hear.
How big is this Feature Man
Dude,
thing?
it ruined everything.
Why did it ruin everything?
I said something on camera that I did not agree with,
Okay.
or that I did not believe.
Okay.
I was like, oh, this is everyone's gonna agree, and then I just was.
Nobody's gonna agree with.
I think you're probably here because of the phone call video that I haven't addressed. In the phone call video, I called Feature Man because he had deleted his video. There's many reasons why it's frustrating. Feature Man told me a long time ago not to put out this video because he wanted the control over the story, over what happened, because this video does not make him look good. And he was like, no, I don't think we should put that out. I want to make the video. I deeply regret not uploading this video. I deeply regret filming, editing, and uploading the phone call video, especially because YouTube, I didn't take it down. YouTube took it down, which is a good thing because child abuse is a terrible, terrible thing. In the article, he was 38, having sex with a 15-year-old, and that is not okay. I specifically remember him the first time he denied it and saying, no, there's lots of people that could be named Thomas Willett. Have you heard of Thomas Willett?
There are several Tom Willets.
The first time I asked Feature Man about the infamous crime of nature, I was too nervous to actually ask the real questions. So this is what I asked him. Some guy that got in trouble with the law or something. Did you have any trouble with the law? It was someone that like lived in Nevada.
Your dad lived in Nevada?
It was like they were in a musical group. He says like, did you know who the mayor was one time? And
You know who the first mayor of New York was?
I was like, I guess like Tom Willett?
Thomas Willett.
And like just basically just trying to convince me that like, oh, that couldn't be me, because there's lots of people that could be, as a Thomas Willett from Nevada. Yeah, it said it is an infamous Something infamous.
I'm happy being me, and almost everything I've ever done I would do again if I had opportunities to go back and do it again and again and again.
Then I started getting a lot of comments that were like, you should ask him about this. And I was like, damn, that's probably him. There's a video of me saying I'm going to try to get him to say it on camera without making him nervous or scared or whatever. Oh, he's already coming. I am going to try to get him to talk about the arrest, the infamous crimes of nature, because it happened a long time ago, but people need to know about it, right? I don't know. Like, yes, I know about it. People are sending it to me. I asked him about it. He said it happened, but he's never said it on camera. Then, when I did finally ask him, he said it was him on camera. He kind of said it like it happened, but do you remember this?
Yep, I remember that.
The day?
I don't know exactly.
Or
what
just
day-
the paper, the news.
The newspaper. It was either the Sun or the Review Journal, probably Review Journal. The newspapers in Las Vegas. I used to go to the courtrooms not only then when I had a case against me, but at different times I would go to the courtroom as opposed to going to a movie theater to watch what was happening.
Okay.
And then I would read the next day in the newspaper the case I had seen, and the newspaper didn't get it right.
Oh, okay.
The newspaper wrote what the district attorney told them. Here's what happened in court today. They didn't even have anyone in court. The newspaper, I was in the jail in a cell, and somebody says, "Is this you?" So this paper comes along with that picture and a story in it. "Hey, is this you?" And then one guy hit me, and I went down on one knee, and then somebody kicked me in the back. And then jailer came along. "Come on, get out here. We're taking you to the doctor." And they were very upset that because they wrote it like it was a child molester, and it's not a child molester. That the place that was involved, there were two places: Eddie Lee Home for Boys and Groovy Juvie, Juvenile Hall, I guess it was called, or something like that.
Okay.
And I did have with different guys who were underage as far as what would be considered legal. Different states have different rules.
Laws.
But anyway, 16 was the minimum age in Nevada, and I was 1 year short of that. So I'm wrong in doing something, but it was not against the law. They need to have something that says it is against the law for someone over 18 to have for someone under 18, whatever. And one of my attorneys said, "Well, plead guilty to one count, they'll give you 6 years." No, I'm not going to do something like that. What's wrong with you? And I never spent a day in prison, as I've told you before. I've never spent a day in prison. I have never done anything illegal to get the judge to, like, I didn't pay anybody off or anything like that. I fought back, and most people wouldn't understand that I had a trial and yet I didn't get sentenced. They did sentence me. They sentenced me to life in prison 3 times, which is
3 of them.
But I did get 3 lives in sentence, and boom, it was gone within 10 seconds. They sentenced me to life in prison. When he suspended it, I should have just shut up. That would be the wise counsel from don't say he's suspended it, he's going to give you a year in jail. There, I had a public defender. Now, I didn't have a lot of money at the time. Public defender was representing me in the courtroom. And so the hearing after whatever this, I guess the first sentencing hearing, there was a sentencing hearing, then about a month later was the hearing. But in the court, when I went in, I had a writ that I had written. And I said, Your Honor, I want a private attorney. I want to be represented by a private attorney, not the public defender's office, is because there's a conflict of interest. The victim in this case is represented by the public defender's office. I cannot be represented by the same people who represent the alleged victim in this crime. Why is it not out there? I know there's one page somewhere where there's in front of the Nevada Supreme Court where they're testing something and they rule against me. That's the only thing that's out there.
He tried to say like it happened, but he got away with it or something like that.
Or did I tell you about when my friend's sister came to visit me with instructions from the governor? It's like 8:30 at night or something like that.
Wow.
And visiting time was over at 6 o'clock, whatever. And so they come to the trustee tank and said, Willett, you got a visitor. Sure. So he takes me down, or I don't know if we went up or down. I can't remember now where the visiting room was, but we went to the visiting room. And here came this young, blonde-haired lady, really nice person. And she says, hello, Tom. She says, you don't remember me, do you? I said, no. And she said, I'm Kay. I'm Kay Winteroff, Tom Hull's sister. I said, oh, yeah. She said, the governor arranged my getting in here to see. She was married to a guy who had connections. She had been married to Bob Winteroff. Then she divorced and married this guy with connections. Then she went back to Bob Winteroff later. But so she says, I understand about your situation. She says, here's what I want you to do. I want you to write a letter. I want your mom to write a letter. I had like 15 letters at least about the sentencing, how it was wrong. And
Wow.
And the judge was really getting happy. He needed props. We got a lot of letters here.
Yeah.
We got a lot of letters here. And he says, we're going to place you in jails with probation for 1 year. And then that started me on the next leg of the trip.
And I basically said that, hey man, if I upload this, people might be frustrated that it's coming from me and not you. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to do the video and I'll put it on my channel. But I'm getting frustrated with people that are saying that it was my fault that he fell from his grace. Like, this happened 50 years ago. He fell from grace 50 years ago, if anything. And then if he was really remorseful, you guys would have probably known by now that he was remorseful. The fact that he hasn't made another video talking about it or apologizing for delay, he hasn't really done anything since my phone call video, except for more cooking videos. In short, do I think he was grooming me? Probably. Grooming me for what? I don't know. I don't want any kind of attention for being a victim. I'm not trying to change your opinion of him. I'm not trying to make you like him or hate him. I'm not trying to convince you that he's bad or good. And I'm guessing he tried to hide it because he was like, this happened 50 years ago. You guys should know this. But obviously lying to me about it was stupid because eventually I told him, like, hey, I think I'm going to do a podcast about this. And he's like, no. I want to control the story. I want to be the one that says what happened because I'm the only one that knows what happened. And I was like, okay, makes sense. Go ahead and make that video because I'm tired of getting the comments. I shouldn't have filmed myself calling him, but there have been so many times in the past when I called him and he said crazy things on the phone that I was like, yo, people should know that he's wacko. Because it's really, really difficult when people say, like, oh my God, you gotta make more content. You guys are a amazing duo. It's just because I'm cutting out the weird. I have 3 podcasts coming out soon, that I have been waiting on because I knew that if I put them out, people were going to be like, why not talking about the elephant in the room? Okay, well, obviously I'm going to be cutting this video up because I don't know. I tried to make it chronological, but what people are obviously coming here for is the phone call explanation. I should not have filmed myself calling him and talking about the mistakes he made because those were his mistakes to make and his mistakes to like live with, etc. I said things that were unnecessary. I tried to basically compare Feature Man's mistakes to Mr. Beast's mistakes, and that's f***ed up. I feel like he isn't remorseful about the mistakes he's made in the past. I don't think having powerful friends is a good reason to not be punished. I made a mistake. I hate the fact that I couldn't realize it until other people could. I'm just trying to go back to making content that makes me feel good, whether it's jokes or podcasts or little skits or maybe a MTV Cribs video from a different person. I don't know what it's going to be, but maybe my channel should just be me and nobody else. I don't expect anyone to like me any more or less from this video. Yeah, the mistakes that I've made on the phone call video are terrible. I don't know what you guys really want to hear, but yeah, in short, I do think he's a pedophile. I don't think he's remorseful. I am remorseful that I made a video that glorified his mistakes. I would never support a pedophile. Hopefully this is enough. I really I would like to never talk about this again. I would prefer if this was the last video I ever have to make about him.